Hey athletes, Coach Day here today to talk to you about resiliency. Resiliency is one of the most important characteristics you can have as an athlete. Resiliency, basically, if you define it, the way I define it is this: the ability to recover quickly in either a game or a practice after making a mistake. Now, there's really one thing you have to look at here when you're talking about resiliency, and that is the fact that most of it is mental. Like, let's say you fall and you get back up. Yeah, that's physical, but your mental game actually triggers yourself to get up physically. So now you think, okay, well, most of the elite athletes that I have worked with, one of their biggest traits is being resilient, meaning knowing that, hey, I made a mistake here, but I'm going to be able, because I have that quiet confidence about myself, I'm going to be able to get myself out of it when the next play comes around, or I know I'm not going to make that same mistake again. That's also emotional maturity and intellectual or IQ maturity as well. So you need to make sure that you're working on all parts of your game, because then resiliency is going to fall into place with that. So now you might think, all right, well, Coach, how do I get there? Well, you need to know that you already have it in you, right? Think of a couple of things. You're an athlete, so remember when you fell down the first time you may have been trying your sport, or the first time you went to kick a soccer ball, first time you went to skate, first time you went to throw a lacrosse ball, first time you swung a baseball bat, all that stuff, right? Guess what happens? If I left any sports out, sorry, but you understand the gist there. What happens is this, is that you keep trying till you get it right. So that's first, that's a physical resiliency, but you also have to have the mental resiliency to know that you're going to get it right. So that requires you to focus, bear down a little more, so things like that. So you have it built in you being an athlete already, okay? And also think about this. Your brain also knows about resiliency, because I'm sure all of you play video games, and what happens if you're in a game where you crash a car, or you get, something happens in a war game or something like that, right? Guess what? Boom, you hit the button and you can reset any time. So you have the ability, your brain has the task switching ability to go ahead and make those changes. So you need to realize that you can do it. So therefore now it just becomes an idea of programming your thoughts to know that, hey, I know how to do this, my brain knows how to do this, my body knows how to do this, so I can get up and just keep continuing. The biggest thing you never want to do is just quit on a play, right? So if somebody gets past you and you're just like, oh, I can't get them, so what do? You give up. And that's something that if you keep doing that, that becomes your resiliency pattern. You just need to know that I get to restart every time. Every time I return to the bench, every time I return to the sideline, I get to restart over. In fact, honestly, every play is a chance for a restart. So that's how you need to approach it from here on out, that every play is a chance for a restart. Now you might say, okay, Coach, that's all great, I understand, but what are some specific techniques? Well, I'm going to give those to you right now. One of them that I use is called the 3 R's. It's relax, refocus, and ready. What that means is this, is that, and I'd like you to basically give yourself about 5 seconds for each one. You take a breath. We've always talked about in this course, letting your mind kind of die down a little bit, making sure it's totally relaxed. That way you can always input new information. So if you relax there, that's going to help you first to set your mind to go forward. Then the next is refocus. You think about maybe a mistake for what you did, wipe it clean from your mind, and then say, you know what, I'm refocused now. And then ready means you're ready to go for the next play. So that's one technique there, the 3 R's. Very, very important, going to be a great technique for you to use. Another one that I have is a 15-second rule. So basically you can beat yourself up for about 15 seconds. Think about maybe a mistake you made, kind of like the 3 R's, all right? But just go through and think about what you might have wanted to do differently. Say a couple of affirmations or trigger words to yourself to get you ready for that next play, and then take a couple deep breaths, and then you're ready to go. So kind of a variation of the two there, but as long as you use those techniques on a regular basis, as with anything, you have to practice them to get good at them. As long as you use those techniques on a regular basis, they are going to help you develop that strong mental game and that resiliency piece, which is really, really something that's important. Every high-end athlete I have worked with has had the ability to get that resiliency aspect of their game down, because that's what's really going to make you as an athlete as you move up in the levels, is your ability to overcome, your ability to react, and your ability to keep moving forward. This is Coach Day, hoping that you got a lot out of this video today on resiliency, as it's going to be a key trait for you as an athlete as you move forward into the higher levels of competition.